Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome, and if you're already a subscriber, thank you so much for the support. If you're wondering why I'm in my car again today, it's my temporary office. I have a child, and if he's not sleeping, you won't be able to hear what I'm saying. So thank you for tuning in regardless of where I am. In today's video, I want to talk about how to make a cheap grocery list. In my last video, I spoke about tips on how to save money during this period with this virus, and today I wanted to share some tips on how you can make a grocery list that's within your budget, that you won't have to break the bank. So let's jump right into that. My first tip is to take an inventory of what's already in your house. So go through your cupboards, go through your fridge, wherever you store food, go through and see what you already have. So when you look at what you already have, this will prevent you from going to the supermarket. First of all, you're going to put it on your list that you need it, and then you're going to go to the supermarket and pick up that item that's already inside your house. And another thing that you have to ensure that you do is you have to ensure that your groceries inside your house is organized, because if they're not organized, then you won't be able to see everything. You won't be able to see everything that you have, and so you may go and buy something that you think you don't have, and when you come home with the groceries, you realize that you already have that item. This has happened to me already. Whenever I don't look around to ensure that I have stuff, I always go back and duplicate items that I already have, and that's a complete waste of money. So that's my number one tip. Take an inventory of what you already have in your cupboards and in your fridge. My second tip is to write down your cooking menu for the week. And what I mean by that is you would have to write down what you're gonna cook every day for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So when you do that, you have an idea of what you need to buy for the entire week to cook. And I have an example of it right here that I would love to show you guys. Hopefully you can see it. So notice on Monday, for breakfast, for example, you would have pancake and scrambled eggs, and for lunch you would probably make hot dogs, and for dinner you would make curry chicken and white rice, and you would have your menu for Tuesday, and you'll have your menu for Wednesday. And I didn't make one for the entire week, but you get an idea of what I'm talking about. So you'd make your menu for the entire week, and based off of that menu, you would know exactly the ingredients that you need to cook that meal. So make a menu. So my third tip is, after you've made the schedule, your menu for the week, just write the ingredients down. That is basically going to be your grocery list. I know that your cooking menu, it does not involve snacks, so if you or your kids, if they eat snacks, you can always add that to your grocery list as well. So that's my third tip for making a cheap grocery list. My fourth tip is, and this tip is essential, because I know you're saying in your head, okay, I've already made a grocery list, so I'm good. But guess what? When you go to the grocery store, you need to actually use that list. Okay? And when I say use that list, I mean you need to check that list periodically. Ensure that you're not taking up things that are not on your list, and ensure that you're not leaving anything that's actually on your list. When I go to the grocery store, my grocery list is normally in my head, because I normally buy the same things every week. We normally eat the same things every week, so it's in my head. However, before I go to the cashier, I would normally, because I'm imperfect, so I would normally check my grocery list before I go to the cashier to ensure that everything that's on the list is actually in my trolley. And if there's anything in my trolley that I just picked up because I thought I wanted it, it's gonna come out and go back on the shelf. So yes guys, after you've made that list, please use the list when you go to the supermarket. And that's my 4th tip for you guys. My 5th tip and final tip is, this is something that I normally do, but maybe I'm gonna share it still. I normally write my grocery list in advance. I don't write my grocery list on the day that I'm going to the grocery store. I don't normally write it the day before either, but if you want to write it the day before, it's up to you. I normally write it far in advance so I can gradually go through that list, because sometimes there's something on the list that I thought I would have run out of and it's still in the house, so I don't need to buy that anymore. And maybe there's something I did not remember to put on the list, an ingredient I did not remember to put on the list, I could add that. So when I write the grocery list in advance, it gives me a chance to update as I go along, to take off, to put on necessary things. So that's my final tip for you guys. I would say to write your grocery list in advance. So these are the tips that I have this week for you guys on how to make a cheap grocery list. I really hope that these tips help to you, or you're going to try them so that you can save some money at this time. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please feel free to share with your friends, subscribe to this video, and if you have any other comments or any other tips that you can share with me, please leave it in this comment. And guys, even if your comment is not a good one, as long as it's constructive, something that can help other persons and help me, please leave it below in your comment. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and once again, thank you so much for the support, and I will see you in my next video.